Hey guys, what's going on? ThePrideOfLDN here. You guys know what to do. As always, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's get into today's video. So we're starting off here with an update on the Hakim Ziyech injury. Frank Lampard offers update on injury to Hakim Ziyech. And if you take a look at this quote down here, he was appeared to hit his knee. If you watched, that was the preseason game against Brighton, you will know that he had a little bit of a twisted knee, it looked like. And this is what Lampard said: a little twist to the knee that will be looked at. And that's as far as we know. So it's good that it's going to be looked at, of course, because you want him to, have the best care and make sure that it's not a serious problem. But it sort of shows that maybe there's concern that it might be a little bit serious, because why else would you look at it, have it checked? Like if he was just like, I just tweaked it a little bit, I'll be fine in the morning, you'd probably be a little more confident than hearing it's going to be looked at, which means probably a scan to be seen. I don't know. So hopefully Hakim Ziyech is alright. I'm going to be really gutted if he isn't, and it means he's going to miss a few weeks and therefore miss the beginning of the season or something. I will be absolutely gutted if that happens. So let's hope he's okay, because of course he did very well. He put the cross in for Callum to head and Timo Werner to score. So let's hope Hakim Ziyech's going to be okay. We got a bunch of different stories here, so we're starting off with Chelsea ready to push on with Declan Rice bid despite signing Silva and Sarr. West Ham to make them work hard to get the deal done, but Rice is seen as a perfect player for the Blues. And this is by Duncan Wright. This article was written, I think, and he is a Sun reporter, so normally we don't touch the Sun on this channel for obvious reasons. We hate the Sun. However, he was actually very right when it came to a lot of the talks about the Sancho deal and all that sort of stuff, and has a pretty decent track record. So him as a journalist, kind of reliable on some things, but for the Sun obviously not as much, and we don't touch that here. So Chelsea are ready to push on with the Declan Rice bid, which is intriguing given that we've signed Thiago Silva. Sarr's going to be going out on loan, so not going to affect our first team this season. But it's interesting, of course, because if we're going to bolster the defence even more, that is insanely good. Declan Rice is going to cost a lot of money, though. That is going to be the interesting thing on this. West Ham, he says, are going to make them work hard to get the deal done. So how much are we talking here? Are we literally talking, like, I think it's around 80 million that we've seen them sort of like suggest that they want before? That's a lot of money. I'm not sure I want us to pay that much. If we could work out something between 50 and 60 million, maybe that would be doable. It's an iffy one, if you consider Ben Chilwell was about 50 million, I think we could probably justify paying 50 to 60 for Declan Rice. Anything above that I'd be a little concerned. And we all know Marina Granovskaya is a very good negotiator, so I'm sure she'll manage to find a way with something. But yeah, very, very good news to hear that we're looking to push on with the Declan Rice bid, even though we've already got Thiago Silva in this defence. Ben Chilwell will be added to it soon once he's recovered from his heel injury. Imagine a back line of Reece James, Ben Chilwell, Thiago Silva and Declan Rice. I feel like that is perfect, and because Declan Rice is already a good defender, already so young of course, having him learn from Thiago Silva really could turn him into an absolute beast of a player for the future. So very excited on this one. And we have another update on the Kai Havertz situation, which has gone a little cold as of recent, but Jan has given us an update regarding Havertz. Deal a bit delayed because of challenges with bonuses. Still expected deal to be public soon, told beginning of next week. Seem to be two camps at Leverkusen want to make the strategies. Team manager Rolfs and coach Boz on one side, and the director of sport Voller on the other side. So it's on Leverkusen side. I guess they've got different opinions on what the sort of bonuses should be, how they should be structured and all that sort of stuff. You've got Rolfs and Boss on one side, and then Director of Sport Vol on the other side saying, no, we should do it this way. So it's literally on their end on how it's going to be structured. I'm pretty sure either way Chelsea don't really care at this point. They're just like, look, just let's pay the money and get it in a contract so that we can, actually have this deal go through and have it start happening. Exciting to hear that he's been told beginning of next week is when we'll hear it. So we've got the weekend to go through, and then maybe literally Monday next week, or maybe we see it, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. After that, that's obviously not the beginning of next week, so I guess we're planning to hear the announcement next week, but that's a little bit of an update. It's just Leverkusen's side deciding which way they want the bonuses structured. Either way, Chelsea are probably going to end up paying the same amount anyway. And then we have a little bit of shirt number news, and it says, image, Chelsea's new number 10 possibly revealed by Ziyech and Werner shirt numbers. So this is what I think Chelsea posted on their Twitter account, letting them, the fans know who's going to be playing. Number 22 is Ziyech, and number 11 was Timo Werner. And that has got a lot of fans thinking that our new number 10 is going to be Pulisic, because, it sort of makes sense. Pulisic is sort of our more senior attacker at this point on the wing. Callum's too young for it. Ziyech's just joined. I think it makes sense to have Pulisic as our number 10, and it looks like he probably is going to be. I did notice in an article on Chelsea's website when they were recapping the Brighton-Chelsea 1-1 game, they did note shirt numbers they're not finalised. They're not what is going to necessarily be the shirt number for players in the season. So whether they've picked up that people are now like, Pulisic's going to be our new number 10, maybe they picked up on it, maybe they didn't, maybe it's just something that they will always say when there's youngsters on the pitch and all that sort of stuff, just to not get confused with shirt numbers and such, which probably makes a lot more sense. But it's exciting to see that Pulisic might get the number 10, and it shows that he's got a lot of backing from the club, and he is going to be a bit of a talisman going forward at Chelsea. Having that number 10 shirt, Hazard wore it. Now it's time for, it looks like, Pulisic to take over, and we've even seen a lot of comparable sort of traits between the two of them, the dribbling, the goal scoring, all that sort of stuff. So maybe him getting the number 10 shirt will give him a bit more confidence to go on and perform even better than he already has, which is pretty good already. And I know a lot of people recently have been asking me in the comment section of my videos and stuff, are Chelsea still looking at getting a keeper? And in the Brighton-Chelsea 1-1 draw, we did see Kepa still looks a little problematic, but he did come out off of his line a couple times to sort of collect a ball from a cross, and it looked like, he understands where he needs to improve, but there were times when he was just sort of stuck to his line like he always sort of is, and isn't as much of a sweeper keeper as he is more of a just goalkeeper, just in the goal, I stand here, I try and save. The Chelsea chief Marina Granovskaya has a clever tactic to seal Gianluigi Donnarumma transfer, and that's right, Chelsea is actually still interested in signing AC Milan star Donnarumma, as doubts remain over Kepa Arrizabalaga. It says Chelsea have a plan when it comes to signing Donnarumma this summer in the transfer window. Frank Lampard wants a new shot stopper, as he remains unconvinced by world record star Kepa Arrizabalaga. Chelsea have made an offer to AC Milan in order to try and sign their goalkeeper Donnarumma, according to reports. Blues boss Frank Lampard is looking for a new shot stopper, but selling Kepa will be tough because of the world record fee paid for the Spaniard. And then it says Marina is apparently planning a swap deal for AC Milan. A swap deal to AC Milan, rather. Donnarumma, 21, is highly rated across Europe, but they're not going to let him go easy. Chelsea are said to have offered Kepa on loan to Milan in order to try and bring the young Italian to the Premier League. The deal for Donnarumma would also be a loan, with a view to Chelsea buying and making the move permanent at the end of the upcoming season. And they know it's going to be hard to convince him to sell one of their prized assets. They hope that this way, the way it's been structured, will convince the Serie A side to part company with Donnarumma, and it's possible it might. So basically it's going to be a loan either way, so both keepers swap on a loan. I guess they don't keep Kepa, maybe they have an option to buy, I'm not sure, but they probably might not want to keep Kepa unless he performs insanely well. But on our end, when we pick up Donnarumma, we have an option, or whether it be a mandatory fee or an optional fee, we don't know, but we do have the choice in some regard of making it a permanent deal and paying what I'm assuming is going to be a large sum of money that will be agreed upon now. So if he comes to us, maybe we set the fee at 65-70 million, something like that, and if he performs well, we'd be like, yeah, okay, fine, we'll pay the fee. If he performs badly, then we just, both keepers come back, and I guess we're in the same position again, but maybe Kepa would be easier to sell if he's been on loan to AC Milan and performs well for a season. Maybe his value would go up a little bit more, I don't know. And clubs are going to know that we don't want Kepa, so they're not going to be rushing to send £100 million bids our way, so it's going to be difficult to get rid of Kepa either way. But it's good to see that we're still looking at getting a keeper, and Donnarumma would definitely be one that I'd want to bring in, especially at the age of 21 as well. He's already so good at 21, he could literally go for another like 15 years easily. Imagine tying down a keeper that's already at this good level for 15 years. And that would be outstanding. And I really hope we do, you know, this deal does work. Swap deal either way, and then an option to buy for Donnarumma. I don't know whether they'd have an option on Kepa. That isn't made clear yet, but they probably wouldn't want to keep him anyway. It might just be a way for them to guarantee that they have a keeper, you know, ready, so they're not like scrambling to try and sign a keeper before the end of the window. That might just be sort of the enticing side from Chelsea there. But either way, I'm very happy with this one. I'll keep you guys up to date with how this one goes, as well as all the other stories, and that is going to be the end of the video. So if you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.